This is Stars and Scopes with your friend Uma, updated every new and full moon with guidance based on planetary transits in the current sky and extra support from tarot. For accuracy, take a look at your rising sign first if you know it, and do feel free to listen to your sun, moon and rising if you'd like the full picture. If you're interested in your birth chart, check out the readings page at umaruby.com, and if you'd like to support the work, head over to buymeacoffee.com/umaruby and you can buy me a coffee. Finally, if you're a visual learner, look up Uma Ruby Tarot on YouTube and you can watch and learn. Okay, let's take a look. Hello Aries and Aries rising, welcome to your horoscope for the full moon in Aries, happening on Monday, October the 10th at 7:55 a.m. if you're in the southern hemisphere with me. So that means that the night before, on Sunday, will be the perfect time to do your lunar spells, to take a look at that moon, that great big fire moon, and come to understand what it is that you might need to let go of in terms of your soul path. You've been on the road for the while now, I can see, and you've been feeling kind of like in some way constricted. I can really see that quite clearly. You've been feeling bound, and by circumstance or otherwise, you've had to stop in this life. You've had to stop and assess what your next move will be or what path to take. Through that stationary position, you've come to some sort of moment of enlightenment. Now, I don't want to sound too hippie when I say all of this, but you're reading, you're watching a tarot reading, so I can be a bit more relaxed. There's a moment of enlightenment that's, if it's not hit you yet, then it might hit you at this full moon. Remember, the full moon in Aries is your first house of the soul, of your very soul purpose. So I wonder what energy, I wonder what good fortune, what images are coming to you as we experience this full moon and as we prepare ourselves to enter the power outage of eclipse season. There's someone in your periphery that I can see, and they've got that sort of truth raised again. I think in our last readings, Aries, we've spoken quite a lot about all of these characters that are appearing for you that seem to have some offering of truth, some perspective that they are urged to share with you. In this reading, at this moon, at this beautiful night to revel in the self, full moons in the first house can be really confronting. I know that for sure. They can be really a moment of reckoning and a real invitation and opportunity for you to go over what you perceive that you're made of, and to let go any shortcomings, to let go any self-criticism, self-hate, self-harm, self-torture, and to cut through that in order to begin the next cycle. This full moon in your first can almost be like the letting go of a lot of your disappointments, or letting go of the circumstance that you feel you're bound by. There's a whole bunch of different energy going on in the planets right now, and Mercury has station direct. So as far as those messages, as far as that clarity, as far as moving forward with the truth as you see it, as you know it, that's in your favor here. And it probably has a lot to do with your health, I would say. It might have a lot to do with your daily rhythm, how you spend a day, and how you're going to rejuvenate and revolutionize that in order to maintain a really healthy rhythm as we begin this brand new cycle, this brand new start. There's someone in your corner as well, Aries. There's someone that really cares about you very deeply. And they've got a great emotional literacy. They've got a great skill at listening to how you feel right now. And they've got a great skill at sharing, relating to you in that emotional way. I think that there's been a lot of change and a lot of revolution, maybe, in the way that you wish to be publicly perceived. I feel that that has been a sticking point for you for some time. There's something about the way that other people are looking at you, and a way or a self, a mode that you know that you are, that you know that this is natural for you, and this is the place where you shine and thrive, and this is how you want to be regarded from now on. It might be quite different to the way that things used to be. It might be quite different to the way that was comfortable. And I think that that's probably what's coming through a lot in this astrology and in these cards, is that forcible stopping point to reassess. And if we think Mercury in Virgo in your 6th house of daily ritual, if we think of that trine, that supportive aspect between Mercury and Pluto in your 10th house, your house of perception, there's information that you can move ahead with now because Mercury is moving forward. There's information that you can take from what has been downloading for you into a constructive space to craft this new identity, this new public perception. You're in support too. This figure here, this King of Cups, this one wants to know how you feel. This is a fire moon, so there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of emotion that can be brought to this fire and this passion. The feeling of water, the power of water can be brought to aid this passionate discovery that you're going through. You're at the very beginning point, Aries, and there's seeds that you've collected, there's trinkets that you've gathered over this last bit of time and you've been storing away. Maybe they're ideas, maybe they're dreams, maybe they're new perspectives, gateways, opportunities that you've been filing away very delicately, and you've got a great collection of them now. And I think at this Aries full moon, remember, Aries is the house of the soul for you. All of your beautiful desire to move and to strive forward and to not look back is to be celebrated at this moon. And if there has been bridges that have been in peril, I won't say burnt, but in peril because of that, because of your nature, then as Mercury in its forward movement will leave your house of daily rhythm, daily ritual, and it will enter your house of relationship. It will enter your 7th house, the house of those that really care about you and love you very much, the house of bonding on a very intimate level, and the way that you learn how to relate to other people too. You can take this newfound information with you into those spaces, and you can relay the messages that you have collected and accrued over time to your loved ones. And this exchange, I feel, is really going to help you actualize your public perception, your 10th house, how you're perceived. I want you to know that you've got a great deal of emotional support through all of this. This is very clear. And as confronting as it's been, obviously, as daunting, the planets are supporting you right now. And you'll find that your nearest and dearest can't wait to offer that support too. They want to hear about it, Aries. They want to hear about what you've learned. They want to hear about what relationship you have with your health now. Mental, physical, spiritual, whatever. But your commitment to the ritual of life and what you've taken out, what you've managed to edit, what you've gone over in Mercury's retrograde moment, what you've reconsidered, maybe. Now at this full moon, I think to urge you on and to go with that passion, because I can imagine you'd be feeling a lot of fire out now. You'd be feeling a lot of like a feverish pace. You want to tell, you want to express, you want to write that message, or you want to write that letter, you want to you want to have it known what you've discovered and what you've been through and where it's taken you to get to this point. You will feel so supported by the ones that you're meant to be with, is what I see here. There's some little signposts for you at this full moon, Aries. You're being guided into right relationship. You're being guided into the spaces where you can feel supported, you can feel taken care of. Because I can really see that it's been, and we've been working together for, I think it's been like 8 months now. I can't remember how long I've been doing these things, but it's playing out to some sort of crescendo. And I think that it's probably going to have you, it's going to be helpful for you to remember Mars in the third, the way that you're expressing yourself, communicating information, and that urgency. Mars right now is in a trine, a very supportive aspect with Saturn in Aquarius, so boundaries of community, and also the sun itself, which is in your seventh. The sun's really shining a lot of helpful light, hand in hand with Venus. There's a lot of beauty and healing and ecstasy I can see that will infiltrate your community and your friendship groups, and also the way that you relate to them. So perhaps we can use this energy, this support, and this commitment to boundaries, to healthy ones, in terms of what circles you're rolling with these days, and the discernment that you've managed to develop will have you rolling in circles with those that support this new identity, this new public perception, this new face. It's been a long time coming, and I don't think that you need to feel ginger or embarrassed or tentative or shameful or whatever it is that you might be feeling that might be putting a cork in that revelation, that sharing of who it is that you are now. At this moon, I reckon that you can be really confident and really vulnerable with those that you love, and all of those messages, all of that information that needed a second look over, like write the draft and rewrite the draft and spell check and all of that kind of stuff. At this full moon, you can send that message off. You can make contact. Let them know. Let this King of Cups figure know, and they'll shine that beautiful light back to you of support. And they'll be very proud of what you've collected over this bit of time, what you've come to understand and what you're wanting to plant, for future. We're thinking about future here too. You've got a bright future, Aries. You really do. And you've done so much work and it's been very difficult. And at this lunation, I want you to do the best that you can to engage in relationships that offer you healing. That's your reading, Aries. So much love to you. I'm very, very excited to see how this full moon in the first goes. Let me know. Do head over to umaruby.com and book yourself a birth chart reading. If you're wanting to know the difference between your sun, moon, and rising signs and how that trifecta can alchemize and work in beautiful harmony to help you achieve your soul purpose, then I suggest you pick the spirit reading. Much love to you, and I'll be speaking to you in 2 weeks. I don't know how that's going to look because it will be eclipses. So we'll see what information, what help I can provide as we batten down the hatches and just let it happen. Take care. I love you. Bye.